Hey, so this is Propogate. Propogate is sort of a shared global coral reef aquarium thing. So these are a bunch of coral. They're all different, unique coral. They all act differently. They have different lifetimes. They have different life cycles. And they're all living in this common global thing. So if you were to connect someone to my local host server, because I'm not using the global one because internet's terrible, you would be seeing this exact same world and be participating in this exact same game. So you can see here we got all this coral growing, and it's being cool and stuff, but how is the coral being controlled? Well, the coral is actually provided by people who are using the site. So people who are using the site can write programs written in Lua. He's going to try to do it. There we go. So we've got this editor interface where you can type the program in. So he's going to paste one he's written in before. And then press this test button, and some spores will start spawning in from the top of the screen there. And when they hit the ground, they're going to start growing and following the rules that you typed in your Lua program. We've also got some really awesome documentation on the right. If you're curious about how you can write your own plants and your own coral to interact in the game. So these, when they hit the ground, are going to start growing into plants, unless he messed up when he pasted stuff. These things, when they grow into plants, it looks like he messed up when he pasted. Oh, no, it's good. They grow into plants. These ones right here grow into neat little spirals. And when he presses test, you see he gets more spores down. And this is a personal sandbox. But let's say he's like, OK, this is cool. I got my own spirals that I've made myself. But I want to go out and see how they fare in a world with all these other plants, all these other things. You can hit the publish button. And now what's happened is you can see some spores coming in from the top of the screen. Those are his spores. Those spores contain the Lua genes for his spiral plant. And when they hit the ground, they're going to start growing and competing in the ecosystem. They're going to start participating in this global sandbox where you can grow and create interesting new sites. And all these programs, you saw the program he pasted in was like 10 lines of code. All the programs which you see that on this here are like 5 to 10 lines of code. Just imagine what you could do if you had enough time to make a 100-line program. You can make some really, really interesting, neat effects in the sandbox. So that's Propagate. It's a global shared sandbox where you can make your own plants, and you can grow them, and they're all different, and it's all shared, and I think it's kind of cool. So that's why I made it. That's Propagate.